Well, hello there. I am in the mood for some Chinese food. And I thought, I might want to just share this recipe with you today so you can have some as well at home. So I'm going to start with basics. I'm going to grab some garlic while I'm talking. That way I get all of my ingredients prepped and ready to go. It makes it super quick and super easy for me to multitask and for you to learn the recipe. I'll just kind of talk it out and then I will put it in the description box, of course. So, what I've come though to learn, along with mastering some of my family's favorite dishes, like most of you would like probably to even do yourself. I know I did at a time. So it's like getting recipes from way back when, and then finding new recipes today, and kind of like incorporating, what you like best. So either way, it's still better than ordering online or trying to go to a buffet like restaurant, right? Because let's face it, they're expensive. So, but just a few basic ingredients. You can specifically change the taste of eating a protein and a vegetable in the pan to an authentic taste that makes you say, oh, yeah, it became Chinese food. The taste, anyway, that you're craving. Um, but it took, several tries, and now I can do it in, several ways, just depending on the day and the time and who's eating, right? So, I have found that the essential ingredients are super simple, and it usually takes like 15 minutes. A lot of it is kind of like prep what you need, find it and put it together, which I will go with you and grab the few little things to make the sauce as I chop up this garlic first. So, it has become, worthwhile to making even Chinese food at home, because it is also offers, greater control over the ingredients, allowing for healthier and customizable dishes, even the portions, while also saving, time and money. I have also found that it even fosters a deeper connection with the food, the culture, and your family too. So I have, well, my point is also that a recipe that may call even for what was I saying? Sorry, I'm chopping the vegetables. So while Chinese takeout, my point is, has a reputation, for being unhealthy, making at home can help you enjoy, even to have not the excess of, salt and fat and sugars. So now just for today, I'm going to show how to make, one of the easiest recipes anyway that I know that will quickly become one of your favorites too. So this is my version today of green bean chicken. Now quick side note, I raised my kids to be open-minded, and they are not picky. It was pretty awesome, actually. Recently, Isaiah, I went out to dinner with, and he ordered eel and even got me to try it for the first time. Um, and we both were amazed at just the tables being turned, and an opportunity for him to school me, right? um, so anyway, but you come across people that may not like certain things, easy ingredients, it's okay, you can choose to either not add or pick things out, just as they say, which I'm sure some of you have even done before. When I, for example, came across a concern, I encouraged to at least try it, or even come up with ways to change one's mind, even. My point also is that this recipe calls for mushrooms. I absolutely love them, but some people don't. My when I met even my then would be spouse, he first told me he was allergic to mushrooms. Respectfully, we both have come to know that he is not as many times as he has eaten them. I have learned how to incorporate them into dishes where they were there, and he ate them. Simply really great meals, though, basically, that you create yummy flavors and sauces and convince even the picky person right out of their complaint, and they hand you back an empty plate, right, with a smile even on their face. Um, so I got my stuff I'm working on. We got a little onion, we got ginger, we got garlic, we got a little cilantro. Here's some green onion and even some shallots too. I change it up here and there, because sometimes add a little different. Just get some different ideas and different ways of doing it. And it's wonderful when recipes can be super versatile, right? So I'm putting my pot of water on to boil. I am using, just a quick bag of rice boiling, which obviously to make it quicker. And then I even have canned chicken. You can use, obviously any kind of chicken, even non-chicken eaters. You can throw in shrimp. I got a little taste of it. I do have a couple. I might grab that and mix it in. But I'm doing some chicken breast in a can. You can do white or dark. This is just chicken breast, and I don't even drain it all because sometimes I even set the water aside to use that as well. So, anyway, what I was saying as I finish this off is, we're getting cooking. I want to show you though the easy prep of the ingredients, both the herbs, and the vegetables that I have already started here. And rule number one, I feel it's important to make it quick, right? And easy for you to make. This way, you get out what you can, set up, and it goes quickly. The ingredients that you need, the sauces, things like that. I'll even, I grab this basic bag of green beans, fresh, and then I have, fresh mushrooms I'm going to add, and then I want to grab. I could have walked you over with me, but got a little sesame oil. I gotta tell you, one of the biggest things that makes it so tasty, I think, it says organic. Toasted sesame oil. I was not at all even going for the organic. I don't make it like it has to be. But just literally, it's the taste that sold me. The way this tastes, it gives it like this yummy, unctuous yumminess added, right? And then a different brand of sesame oil. I like this one too, a little bit, just to kind of blend. And then we're going to use a little white pepper, a little seasoned salt. Very, very little, because remember, there's soy sauce in this too. So, I was going to tell you that I'm using brown rice. You can use brown or white rice. Some recipes taste better with white, some taste better with brown. It really depends on the recipe, right? I've even done equal parts. When my kids were smaller, I would mix like half and half, do half white and half brown even. And I called it dirty rice because frankly, that's what it looked like. And but it tasted great, right? And also, it kept them, fuller longer usually after they ate. They would set out after dinner and do their homework, and then just before bed, if it's, several hours later and they even become a little hungry, I always had either like peanut butter and jelly in the house and fruit, for dessert or snack, or graham crackers, too. Or I've even made like bigger batches when I really wanted to do it in a pinch a lot, whether a chow mein or a lo mein recipe. I would incorporate top ramen noodles back when they were like, what, 10 for $1, right? But it would stretch out so that they could each have a plate later or even take it for their lunch next day to school. So as I have now talking to you, preparing all these ingredients, now I will put a little cooking oil in the pan and let it get hot. Add first, I'm trying to figure out how to show you how to do this. So I'm going to take some of the ginger and some of the garlic. I'm going to hit the pan with a little oil, and I'll hold it up here and just show you. You just kind of want to put it in, because what we want to do is we want to kind of taste. Taste. We want to do that too, but toast. Fry up a little bit the garlic and the ginger before we put in the green beans, because we want the green beans to really get this stuff soaked up. Everything else is easier, but the green beans might take a little minute or a couple minutes or so to fully cook and to kind of cook, in the garlic and the fresh ginger, so that way it can absorb it into there. So I'm going to put it on the stove, and my rice is boiling for 10 minutes, and usually, if done right, I have them both basically done at the same time. So it's a total of 15 minutes. Forgive me, I got a little dry mouth. From start, to finish. So I'm going to grab my green beans. Sometimes you rinse them. It just kind of depends how they feel when I touch them. Then I'm going to grab a bowl and just kind of dump them out, because before I put it in the pan, I feel like it's easier, not just pulling the stems that I find, but also I like to break them in half, especially the big pieces. That way, it's more of a bite, right? Instead of it being, bigger than your mouth. Easier to enjoy that way. But I've also found that when I do want to add mushroom, I usually put in, almost maybe a couple teaspoons or a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. I've even done like fish sauce, which is ironically not even fishy, but it's just a depth of a flavor. I love layering flavors. That's my thing. Low and slow, I put the pan on, and I just kind of, like I showed you guys, start the garlic and onion for little ways, and then hit it with a little sesame oil, and then I'll throw in the green beans. And because let me get a pie holder on. I'm trying to debate whether I want to take you with me or just bring it to you to show you. This is yummy. See how it's just slightly browned, and then we're gonna throw our green beans in there. Even if I want to throw in literally a couple of shrimp, I can, because they cook so fast. I mean, they're not hurting anything. I can literally put the green beans on one side and then put, the protein on the other side of choice. I'm going to add after I drain the chicken too as well. But you just kind of separate, and then you put it on the same, in the same pan on medium, kind of obviously medium high. You kind of pay attention to it as you're kind of breaking up, your other ingredients, which is just a couple of mushrooms I'm going to, cut up so I can be able to use. But I have everything, my point is, next to me, so that and accessible, and I have put in things at the same time. I'm using quick ingredients, because it's just me and I'm showing you. So my point is, I'm telling you, it's flavor time. So in your favorite cafeteria, I'm going to share the steps like I have been and the ingredients, and also I will put it in the description box, the recipe, so you get to experience it as well where you are. So I don't know if you can hear it, but it's over here frying nicely. I'm going to throw in, check out my chicken. Sometimes I'll set the chicken juice aside, even though it's like chicken and water. It's a little healthier sometimes than the bouillon with salt level. It just depends. When it's chicken breast and water, anyway, it's a little less. I'm trying to cut a little bit here and there. Like I said, when it's just me. When it's all of us, I just throw it all in. It all goes just fine. So let me grab something to pour this into. So that I save the juice. I don't know about you, but I even save oil after I like fry something because I like the residual to use it sometimes to add it to other recipes. I feel like it tastes so yummy when you do that. So let me get this all stirred up. We're going to flip our shrimp. We're going to hit it with a little white pepper and salt. Even a little chisp of sugar because it will pull out the flavor from within, right? It's always a little sweet and a little salty. Always a yummy taste to put together, right? So you get a little dash of each. Put it in there. The white pepper. I put the smallest amount, literally, like I look and pour because I don't want a whole lot of it in there, you know. And soy sauce is gonna certainly add to that, as it is, right? So I might even just finish that little bottle because it's like at its end. Luckily, I have another for next time. I need this because I just used the rest of it. Oh, I got a new treat I'm going to show you. It's called Unami. I'm just now trying it. I can't wait. It's something else I want my spouse to try. I bet you he's going to be saying, "Ooh, mommy," right? It says Unami topping has crunchy garlic in chili oil. Now I've had chili oil, and it was amazing. Oh my goodness, it's got like the little crunchies, and it makes any dish like over the top, like makes it even better. Even something you think it couldn't get better, it does. It's amazing. I don't know what it is, but whoever made it up is a genius. It's got me hooked. I know it's going to have my kids hooked too when they get a taste of it. Let me take you with me so you can see what's going on here. Can you see that? So I'm just stirring things around so we don't burn, but we do want to get a little crispy. I wonder why I'm talking to you guys. If I can learn how to even rotate the camera. I don't know if it will do it. I'm not a big, everyone's got their strong things, points, things they can do. Mine, there's a lot of things I do, electronics and working devices, not as much. But I'm eager to learn if somebody wants to show me. So, these I'm going to slowly incorporate into the pan, little by little, so everything kind of fries and mixes all in. Remember, I told you like layers. So you do a little of this, and then you wait. And a little of that, and then you wait. And then a little of that, right? It's just like a little dance. So, all you do like that. Show my cover and show you. Can you see, or do I gotta make this a little better? So we can put all of it. All the kids in the pool, right? And then get rid of my little pieces. I'm gonna wait So this stuff is fried up before I add the chicken. Because the chicken basically is done. Yeah, it's already, you don't have to cook it. So I will put a little more of sesame oil since I put more dry ingredients in. But I don't want to overwhelm it, just enough to kind of cover. So things are covered. That's it. And then wipe off my hand so I can do a little bit of pepper again. Taste it and see if that's enough. And then very little of this. I'm going to hit it with soy sauce. So that's like the one I put the least of. I put like a teaspoon maybe. I got friends jumping out the pot. And my hand will just broke off of it just as I was trying to hold the pan and the laptop. Next time, as we tell our kids, hold one thing at a time. And here I am trying to multitask. I broke the handle off my pot, but luckily it's not going to change the flavor of the food. So I'm also going to get a napkin and start wiping down. I usually do while I'm cooking. It makes it so much easier. I get a little sponge. I get a little water ready of a little, soap and water and cleaner. So I can just wipe things down while I'm waiting for it to just cook. It's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to dump my rice too. Dump the water out. Turn the eye off. I slap the rag up against the side of the sink. And then I turn the eye off. I'm going to set that there so I can actually even just wipe down the stove real quick while it's nice and warm. And it's so much easier to do as you go, I think. Versus, turn around and go, oh, now I got to go clean the kitchen. Nope, not me. I like to try to do it as I go, as much as I can. That way I can enjoy my meal, and then I don't have a whole lot I need to do after. Forgive me, I'm going like all in and out of the video. Oops. Once it hits the floor, forget it. It's done. We get another one. All right. Kind of funny. I learned this at restaurants when I worked as a manager. And we always say, you don't tell them to do something that you wouldn't do yourself, right? So I'm gonna get my plate. I'm gonna turn off the eyes. Oh, I need sesame seeds. I almost forgot. Shit, don't tell me I gotta go get them. They're in my room. Oh, there it is. Praise God. All right, so I got soy sauce, some sesame right here. I'm going to dump this chicken in, mix it in real well. You hear it still sizzling. You just incorporate it in. Oh, yum, yum. I love it when it does that. It's like crunchy bits. Focus again. Let me see. All right. You'd be surprised how convenient these are. I showed my boys how quick lunches, ways they can use these. Cans of meat. I do it with tuna too. I get a case of each. There's always a reason at some point where you want a real quick protein. Now I have to, most of my stuff I put in the freezer. So I'd have to thaw it out and stuff, and I don't go through all that during the day while it's just me. Everyone's at, school and work. So I'm going to cut this open and guesstimate a serving, which is like half. Ooh, hot tamale. Yikes. Put a little bit more in there than I should have. Oops. Trust me, I have been more than willing to eat way more than I'm supposed to. We all know what happens when you do that too much. I'm trying to avoid putting too much back on, unless of course I get pregnant, and then the rules will just completely change at that point. But for now, I'm going to keep myself putting in an effort anyway. So we're going to turn this off. We're going to serve this up. So just pretend I'm serving you guys too, okay? One more good stir. And take about, I don't know, yay much. Make sure I grab my shrimp out of there. Some big pieces of that onion are yummy too. All right. Anyway. Do a little bit more of the mushroom. Like I said, I love them. I'm gonna put some. That's it. Supposed to do half. Tried. Really, I did. Anyway. So, this is, can't forget the ambiance. Ambiance is that sesame seed. Now, tell me, you don't want a bite of this. Let me see if I can get it to show it to you. You see that? I'll pull the bite up. I gotta let it cool for a second so I can bite into it. I'll tell you guys. I've made it so many times that it should be just right, but there's no sense in saying until you at least try it, right? Let's see. There's a shrimp and put a little chicken on there too. A little piece. OMG. Yum. Absolutely delicious. Forgive me. Try not to talk with a mouthful. Fucking amazing. You guys gotta try this. And believe me, everyone's got their things. Try this, try that. Which way of making it? The way I show you, I like to think is the simplest and the tastiest. But for fun, I want to try my new sauce with it. I haven't had that before. Let's try it. I don't want to stick as much as I love sesame seeds into the wrong container, right? So we get a little bit of these garlic bits, right? And I'm gonna put it on the area right here. So a little green bean and onion. Put a little chicken on there. I don't know where the shrimp is right now, but oh, there's one right. No, it's a mushroom. I mean, I love that too, but whatever. Let's see. Right now that I buried it. Let me get a little of this crunchy bit. Put it on the top. I'm just layering flavors. Remember, I put it on the spoon and then put the food on them. Look at me just picking out. So good though. Oh, OMG, 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 OMG. I feel like I almost gotta eat this alone. It's gonna become X-rated. But I don't know who invented this, but they're a genius. My two favorite things, well, I mean a lot of favorite things, but you know, garlic and chili oil, who knew? Oh my goodness. But I think the trick is too, is that the little bits are like crispy. It's like crunchy bits. So it's like a texture and a flavor boost. And then you put it onto like soft food like this. It's magic. I feel like I have a magic wand or something. I certainly have a broom. Or a doorknob, right? Like bed knobs and broomsticks. It's so delicious. And it doesn't even matter what meats or protein, if you want to do tofu or if you want to do broccoli instead of green beans, everybody to each his own. I'll probably do another segment and do probably one of my like lo means or chow meins next or something. You guys can always comment below and tell me what recipes you want to see, or if you even want to see more cooking videos. Normally in the cafeteria we're discussing things and I'm having so much fun, singing or dancing or whatever. But I forget sometimes, It's like, how long was the last time since I did this? And Papa God was kind of, what do you call it? Like nudging, hinting strongly to do it. So, when he tells me to do something, he's not going to leave me alone until I do it. I guarantee you that. So, I hope you enjoyed being here today as much as I loved having you. I will see you guys soon, and take care till then, okay? Bye.